Welcome to another of our video tours of the Lake Superior Railroad Museum, where we're closed and you can't come to see us, but through these video vignettes we get to see you each and every day, and you get to tour our museum. And someday when we open again, and we will, we want you to come and join us in person. A lot of people did try to do that by becoming members. We gave away a membership every day for the last 2 weeks, and we thank everyone that participated in that random drawing. We're done giving away free memberships, so there's no free membership today. We might do it again in a couple weeks, but for right now, no free memberships. However, if you would like to be a member, that would be great. Go to the Lake Superior Railroad Museum website, click on membership, and then you can join. And when we do reopen, you can come and tour. And one of the things I know you're going to want to see is this car 68 located on track number 2 inside the Lake Superior Railroad Museum. And what a special car it is. Not only does it have a story, it was built in 1908 by the American Car Foundry Company, one of 4 that the Duluth-Mesabi and Northern Railway bought that year. This is the only one that survives, by the way. But what a story it holds inside. Come on in. The car was donated to the museum, and a restoration effort that was monumental began by the American Railway Women's Association. And they spent years taking this car right down to the bare wood and then rebuilding it as our China car. Doesn't mean the car was built in China. It means it holds our incredible collection of railroad china, commemorating the golden age of railroad dining, when railroads competed against one another right in their dining cars to have the best service, the best menus, the most elaborate place settings, now preserved as a part of railroad history. It's incredible what this collection of over 7,000 pieces includes. Because the American Women in Business in Railroading, the association, Marilyn Persh was their president here in Duluth, and she was the executive secretary for Don Shank, who was one of the founders of the museum. And she spearheaded this effort to restore this car and start the collection. And though they never really started the restoration until the 70s, Marilyn had them all beginning to collect railroad china in the 60s as the railroads phased out their dining cars. So they could get a whole set for like 50 cents. Some of the collection includes some great ones, like the Pennsylvania Railroad. Here's one of my favorites. Mary Coulter was working for the Santa Fe Railway as an architect. She did some of their magnificent Western buildings and some of their depots and their lodges. But she also did the design for their silver. The Membrano line shows different symbols of the Southwest Native American First Nation people, including some wonderful collector plates. Also, one of the interesting things was the Great Northern did special for them as well. They had their Glory of the West series. The Glory of the West series, of course, highlighted mountain peaks and forests along the route of the Great Northern Railway. The other one that they highlighted was their Mountain and Flowers design, which had Native American species, native flowers from along the Great Northern line. Interesting, the Great Northern and all the other railroads also had children's menus with special children's china. So the kids felt really special. They could have a children's menu for Easter, for instance, or a cowboy menu. All of these were specially designed for children. Meanwhile, of course, in the dining car, adults ate sumptuous meals, incredibly large portions. And you know what? It was all served with white gloves and attention to detail, fresh flowers, fresh linen. You could not beat a railway dining car experience. Please, won't you join me for dinner? We're on the main line of the Union Pacific Railway in their dining car. And, well, because these are artifacts, I'll be wearing gloves. The most popular pattern for the Union Pacific was their desert flower design. And if you look at where the Union Pacific went, on the Southern Pacific route particularly, they did go through the desert. It's interesting how railroads updated their china too. For instance, obviously dinner in the diner had been going on for many years during the steam era. But when they streamlined the trains with diesels, they changed the pattern on their plates as well. This is called the Streamliner series from the Union Pacific. And this, by the way, is called a base plate. When you sat down, this would be sitting here. And when your entree was served, the waiter took this away and put down your meal. A base plate, having no other purpose other than to look nice, like the rest of the settings. There are over 7,000 pieces in our collection. I remember giving a tour to a gentleman one time who wanted to see and photograph different pieces, and he had different railroads that he wanted. And we laid out all of his requests, and he photographed them this side and this way and that way on white background and dark background, just taking pictures of them. And I thought that was kind of interesting, and I asked him why, and he said, well, You have a great collection here. He said, how many pieces do you have in it? I said, we have about 7,000 pieces. I said, you must have a collection too. How many pieces do you have? He said, well, I personally have about 35,000. I thought, wow, that was incredible. Well, he said, wait, all my pieces are what's called shards. I'm a shard. Back in the day when they were streaming across the main line and somebody dropped a plate, well, you didn't bother sweeping it up. You just threw it out the door of the dining car, and there it landed along the right-of-way in the ditch. And there's a group of people that to this day walk those old main lines looking for the broken pieces, the shards of dining car china. And then the fun of it is for them trying to figure out from the little fragments that they pick up in the dirt what piece it came from that was broken while dining in the diner. Even when the Lake Superior Railroad Museum is open, this door is closed, and these glass panels protect all of our great artifacts. But you get to see the different settings from the different railroads, and imagine what it must have been like to dine in those early days of railroad travel, when the best meal you could get, better than anything at the Waldorf Astoria in New York, was served right on board this rolling restaurant. Well, thank you very much for watching today. We'll be back tomorrow with another fine tour of the Lake Superior Railroad Museum. In the meanwhile, remember to like this, remember to share this, and remember to wash your hands, cover your coughs, don't touch your face. Please, if you're sick, stay home. Most importantly, let's take care of each other.